anything really can happen. But what is going to happen at Tottenham? We're going to start with some breaking news. Dharmesh, what is it?
Yeah, this has emerged at Sky Sports News in the past half an hour or so, and it is that Tanguy Ndombele has asked Tottenham if he can leave the club. Remember, Ndombele is Tottenham's record signing. He signed back in the summer of 2019 for around £65 million. In the 2 seasons since, he started 40 Premier League games. Remember, he actually signed under Mauricio Pochettino. Then when Mauricio Pochettino was sacked, in came Jose Mourinho. There were a few issues between the pair, you'd have to say. It appeared he was being frozen out, but then he forced his way back into the reckoning. There was those pictures of Jose Mourinho and Ndombele training together during the lockdown. And now, so early in Nuno Espirito Santo's reign, he hasn't featured in either squad. The victory over Manchester City in the opening Premier League game of the season, and last night's defeat in the Europa Conference League in Portugal away at Paç de Ferreira, and he wasn't in either squad. And Nuno Espirito Santo has been speaking ahead of the game against Wolves, his former club, on Sunday, and he was asked a question about Tanguy Ndombele, and this is what Nuno had to say.
He was not part of the squad in the Conference League because he was not included in the list. But I will be honest with you, no need. Tanguy is not going to be involved on Sunday.
Ooh, very frank from his manager there, wasn't he? He wasn't holding back.
Yes, look, it looks like Ndombele may have played his last game for Tottenham. Having said that, I think the problem is, if he is to leave Spurs, who out there can afford to sign him? Because Spurs signed him for, what, £68 million 2 years ago. There is nobody out there, especially in the European market, in the French league, who is got that kind of money to spend at the moment. And the interesting thing about him is that Spurs signed him straight after they got into the Champions League final when they lost to Liverpool 2-0 in Madrid. And Mauricio Pochettino, who was the manager at the time, kind of challenged the club, saying, look, this is as far as I can get this group of players. We need to invest big money in the transfer market if we want to develop more and build on this success. And off the back of what Mauricio Pochettino was asking for, Spurs went out and spent £68 million on Ndombele, and the move just has not worked out. I don't think too many Spurs fans will miss him if he goes. But as I said, I think the problem is getting the kind of money that Spurs would want for him. I would imagine they'd be looking for something like 50 million euros. He probably wants to return to France, but it is finding a club who can afford to sign him. It could be that he leaves on loan with an option for somebody to buy him. But then from Spurs' point of view, if you start loaning out players that you've spent £68 million on, it can affect their future value. So a really sort of difficult situation for Spurs to handle on top of the whole Harry Kane saga.
And it's it had started so well for him, actually, because he came off the bench, I think, in the opening day of the season in the 2019-2020 season, and he actually came off the bench against Aston Villa and scored for Tottenham. So his debut was a goal-scoring one. But since then, it just, as Kaveh alluded to there, just hasn't worked out for him. And it's not the first time that he's intimated that he may want to leave, because during Jose Mourinho's reign, he was making noises then as well that perhaps it hasn't worked out for me. Maybe it's time for me to leave Tottenham. I just wonder whether this time he will get his wish